He is an artist, and she is his medium. And he will use any instrument available to try to mediate her unconditional surrender to his artistic will. He's quite talented. Has a knack for making her lungs struggle to extract oxygen from the air she can barely breathe in his presence. Too afraid of where his next brushstroke might land, he often paints maroon-colored oceans on her torso, storm clouds around her eyes, so when it rains, tears fall heavy, like heavenly hosts being flung to earth by a fleshly father who will never quite recognize the majestic messenger in his midst. He's a jack of all trades, dabbling in every discipline the creative spectrum has to offer, so some nights he fancies himself a musician, plays closed palms against the base of her spine. Rum-ba-ba-bum, rum-ba-ba-bum, rum-ba-ba-bum. You can hear her heartbeat crescendoing loudly along her cracked xylophone ribs. The sound of fist colliding with flesh, conjoined with her shrieks. Now the orchestra's in full swing. He bends her arms back into abstract art until they crack and snap, and she can't help but scream. But to him, every octave in her scream sounds like a newly composed symphony. So he continues to contort her till he knows every note in keys A through G. He has an eye and an ear for artistry, and she has the battered and bruised canvas of a victim. Victory is one night where he isn't attempting to use beer bottle chisels to chip gashes into her scalp or his hands to mold contusions onto the foreground of her forehead. She prays, lying prostrate, yelling at the top of her lungs, "If your son died for me on Calvary, why are you allowing my father to crucify me nightly?" She isn't asking for a miracle. She's only asking for a reprieve. Just one night where he isn't attempting to fashion a masterpiece out of her, but in his mind, it's not crucifixion, it's artistic addiction, and he's endeavoring to leave a portfolio worth weeping over, and she's definitely worth weeping over. But the best nights are ones where she lies perfectly still, prays that his first draft passes for his final product, because the slightest mistake, and he'll start all over again. Secretly, the sadomasochist in her prays that she will forever remain his muse, because the thought of him roughing out his ideas on her 4-year-old scratch paper sister is too much to bear. Right now, she's just waiting in the wings to see if the sweetness in her smile will spark his inspiration. See, these little girls' fear is not that they are unwanted, unloved, unattractive, but that the magic mirror on the wall would proclaim them the fairest of them all. And this so-called artist, this wannabe Leonardo da Vinci, would seek to cultivate that beauty further, because in his mind, he is the artist of all artists. But to these two precious little girls, he's just another abusive father. Woo.
How you guys doing down there?